Good afternoon or good evening, YouTubers. This is D-Car and Who Asked You, D-Car on YouTube. And if you're following me on Anchor, it's D-Car, Who Asked You, D-Car on Anchor. I also want to say, because I didn't say this before in my other two videos on YouTube, don't forget to hit subscribe and notifications. That way you'll be abreast of when I'm making new videos and be a follower. So, subscribe to my channel, Who Asked You, D-Car. And, yeah, and I'll mention that again at the end of the video. Today's first video, because I think I'm going to do 3 videos today. The first video that I'm going to do today is on Matt Patricia, the new football coach for the Detroit Lions. And I think he spent 14 years with the New England Patriots or what have you. Well, the reason why I'm going to discuss him, and I'm going to discuss Gregory Counts and Van Dyke Perry, because they're very important to this subject as well. In this climate of Me Too and let me just start off by saying, and I can't say what happened to what person because I wasn't there. With that being said, in light of what's going on with Bill Cosby, Matt Lauer, Weinstein, Eric Schneiderman, the guy who just resigned the other day for sexual harassment. I think he's the district attorney in New York. It's just crazy to me. Like I said, well, let's start with Matt Patricia. Okay, like I said, he just got hired as the Detroit Lions head coach or what have you. When he was 21 years old in 1996, I guess he was on spring break in Texas or what have you, and he was arrested, and he was arrested for aggravated assault. At the time, he was indicted, but he was found innocent. Okay, he was found innocent. The woman, who I guess pressed these charges, then she didn't come to court, what have you. It was a dead issue. Now all of a sudden in 2018, it's coming up. And it's coming up because, I saw on ESPN this morning where Stephen A. and Max were talking about it. And, and Molly said, well, shame on the Patriots organization and shame on the Lions organization for not knowing this. Well, as it was also stated, in the state of New England, and you can't, it's not legal for you to ask if someone did a crime, especially if they weren't convicted of said crime. But in Michigan, in the state of Michigan, it's legal. You can do that. Now, the only reason this is coming up because I guess the Detroit News and then Deadspin, they did a background check on Matt Patricia, which is why are they digging so deep? But hey, that's neither here nor there. They did it. It came about, but he was indicted, but he was never convicted. So why now? And then it was like, I think I heard Molly said, well, it didn't matter if it was 22 years ago or this and then the other. Shame on the New England Patriots and shame on the Detroit Lions for not digging deeper. And that it was almost like she said he didn't deserve a chance and at living his life or whatever. It would be different if he was convicted of said crime, but he wasn't, and I'm not, look, I don't know this man, don't care one way or the other, but I do believe, and this might come off as anti-feminist or whatever, at some point, the bullshit gotta stop, all right? I'm like, first it was Cosby. 59 women said Cosby violated them, and you waited all these years. You waited till this man has 1 foot in the grave to be damn near ready to die. And now all of this is coming up because Hannibal Buress did a stand-up act 4 years ago. Prior to that, nobody was saying nothing. And I'm not exonerating Cosby because if he did all these things, then he's getting his just due now. But what if he didn't do all these things? Which leads me to Mr. Gregory Counts and Van Dyke Perry. At the time, in 1991, Gregory Counts was 19 years old. Van Dyke Perry was 21 years old. Both of these gentlemen, they went to jail for rape. They went to jail for rape and sodomy. Gregory Counts served 27 years in jail, and Van Dyke Perry served 12. Now, I bring them up because not only did they go to jail and they did time, but they were innocent and they maintained their innocence the whole time. Now, they were just recently exonerated through the innocence program because, come to find out, the woman who said these guys raped her, she came back and said, no, they never raped her. She only said that because the gentleman that she was dealing with at the time owed these two brothers a debt. And she went and told the police that these guys raped her. Not only did she tell the police that these guys raped her, but they in themselves didn't even conduct a thorough investigation. The bodily fluid that they found on the underwear didn't match either one of the guys, but yet and still these guys went to jail. Like I said, one served 27 years. He just got out of jail last August. And the older one of the group, Van Dyke Perry, he served 12 years on this foolishness right here. So I said all that to say this. I think it's about time. I'm going to start a program called I'm Innocent. And what that is, for all these dudes who, everybody want to talk about the Me Too and this and that and the other, women are not exempt from lying. So combined, what is that? That's 39 years. This woman was moving around all this time, doing whatever she wanted to do, living her life, this and that and the other. She should go to jail. And every woman that has ever accused somebody of doing something to them that they did not do, they need to go to jail as well. I'm just saying. And what's crazy about the Matt Patricia case is that the woman who this allegedly happened to, she didn't say this. This is the newspaper. This is the Detroit News bringing this back up 22 years later. It just boggles my mind. And, I know men can be dastardly. We can be ruthless. We can be cruel. We can be downright disrespectful. You know what I'm saying? But being innocent is innocent. Or innocence is innocence. I'm like, if I said I didn't do it, then just like in the court of public opinion, you're guilty before you're proven innocent. I'm like, are these men, is Mr. Counts and Mr. Perry, are they going to be compensated for the years they spent in jail? Can they go, in the case of Van Dyke Perry, he served 12 years and he left New York and he went to, I think it's Virginia or Washington State. He started his own business. He's married now and he has 6 kids. But how difficult was that for him to get his own business? How difficult was it for him to find a life mate, a partner, somebody that believed in him, with this over his head, you know what I'm saying, as being considered a rapist? But this woman who accused him, she was moving around in these streets like she wanted to move around and this and that and other. She needs to do something. Not only do they need to be compensated by New York, but she needs to spend some time in jail, whether it be an hour, 2 hours, 2 months, 2 years. She needs to do some time too. And anybody that's out there accusing men, if you got violated, then I truly feel for you. But I'm like, you just can't. I don't know the history of these dudes, and I'm not going to be disrespectful. I don't know what they were into. for, if her boyfriend owed them a debt. Probably they was in the streets, but that doesn't mean because they was in the streets they were rapists, and that's just insane to me. And before, well, I'm not giving no disclaimer because I don't give a damn. I'm like, just like men lie, women lie, and I just thank God that I've never taken anything from anybody because I never had to, and and I'm like, you couldn't even come at me with that foolishness. I'm like, what? Please. I'm like, I just like I can't think of his name right now, and I just saw him in a movie the other day. The brother who did Birth of a Nation. Prior to that movie coming out, there was all kind of talk around that movie concerning how it was possible that he might be able to win a Oscar, and he was up for Oscar consideration and everything. It was like he was going to make a clean sweep, and then out of nowhere, like a month before the movie was about to come out, you got some rape allegations against him that he was exonerated from back in, I think, 96. What was going on in 1996? I'm like, damn, it's just crazy to me. But then, not only did this happen a month before the movie was released, and he spent his own money to do this movie. Now the movie is released. I supported the movie. I went to the movie because I didn't care about what he did then, especially if he was found innocent. Him and the dude, the other brother that was with him, they were found innocent. I went and I supported the movie. A lot of people didn't want to support the movie, I guess because it was another slave movie. Oh, black women probably didn't support the movie because he was married to a white woman, which I don't care about all of that. What I care about is, it's funny how the tables turn. Here is, a dude who spent $10 million of his own money to tell a story about a true living being that tried to free the slaves. And nobody wanted to support him based on something that happened years ago that he was proven to be innocent of. And I just find it amazing. I'm like, and now, Bill Cosby and Harvey Weinstein, they're like the poster childs for this whole rape, sexual harassment, whatever you want to call it. I'm like, but no charges against Weinstein yet. Matt Lauer lost his job. I'm like, Bill Cosby more than likely will go to jail. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, it's a slippery slope. But like I said, for every one of these women that have proven their case, for everyone that has proven their case, for everyone that has lied, they should go to jail too. For every man that's in jail right now for something that he didn't do where it relates to violating a woman because she lied, that woman needs to be in jail as well. It's just as simple as that. I have nothing really else to say about this because I could go on, and I know the feminist mafia and everybody else would be on my case, but I could not imagine spending 27 years of my life in jail for something that I did not do, when I know this person was lying, been lying, and they out here driving cars, updating their phone, getting the latest fashions, able to go to school if they want, just doing whatever it is they wanted to do. It just boggles my mind. But anyway, that's all I have to say on that. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel, hit the notifications button, follow me on Twitter, DCar is legend, and yeah, I'll see you soon with another video on Who Asked You, DCar. Thank you. Peace.